Hello, you're watching Half Asian Tarot Queen. I'm Elisa. I'm here and I'm going to do a reading for the solar eclipse that's coming up. Super climactic. Several days before the eclipse when I'm doing this reading. So I might do another one actually in the moment, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. All this wind just came in. The winds of change. Okay, I'm going to the Priestess of Light Oracle to start out. Okay, so when I just am doing the split, and when I did the split, I got, my mom is about to, she's cutting loose and she's gonna escape. Hi! You want to sit down? Okay, why don't you sit down over here, okay?
No.
No? Because I don't think you should keep going because you're gonna lose your balance, okay? Let's go sit down over here. Watch your arm. Watch your arm. We're gonna sit down on this chair right here. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's a window into my world. But when I did the split, I got Healing Earth, the power to give and receive healing. So it's interesting because she's got this healing light shooting out of her hand. And then we have Soul Radiance, Phoenix Rising. So it's almost like there's this like ascension that's happening, and there's like an empowerment where someone's, I'm kind of getting almost like they're healing themselves, you know, and that's sort of like what's fueling this ascension. When I pulled up that card, we had abundance underneath it. So it's like there's like a huge, it's almost like what I'm getting is it's like the end of this huge healing cycle that's happened, and so now we're sort of like reaping the benefits of it. It's like this person has become empowered to heal themselves, and so now they can take that power and use it to heal others, you know, and that empowerment is sort of like what's fueling this ascendance. It's interesting because right as I'm saying this, there's a helicopter that's like flying over us. Which if you ever, it's literally gonna fly right over there. What? If you watch this channel, you would know this is like meaningful because my dad was a helicopter pilot, and ever since he passed away, like I feel like I'm always getting signs when helicopters fly over. It's like I'm saying something of relevance. So yeah, interesting. I'm going to the Intuitive Night Goddess to pick some more cards. But yeah, you're definitely getting a lot of extra in this reading. Okay, be careful. You don't want to fall. Wow. Okay, so this is kind of going to give like an on-the-ground perspective of what's, okay, wow. Okay, so we got, at the bottom, we got the Ace of Swords. So this truth or clarity that's coming online. We got the Two of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords. There's like acorns falling around everywhere. The Ten of Swords, Four of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. So what I'm getting is like there's like a change that's happening. Things are in flux, and this cycle of like pain and suffering is coming to an end, and there's like a new stability that's emerging out of that. You know, it's like we've got this hand that's coming out of the ground, and it's interesting because it's like this hand that has this healing power is like emerging from the ground. You know, like this empowered healing hand is coming out of the ground and emerging in this new stability, and there's like some kind of quick action or message coming through, or some shift that's happening. And I think as a result of whatever this truth that's being revealed is, and that's kind of sort of like a bird's eye onto this solar eclipse, but it's really, really interesting because it's just like almost like, you know, someone's had to like really get down to business and heal whatever this deep wound was, you know, but in doing so, they've like empowered themselves with this like almost like this new toolkit. It's like they've figured out how to heal themselves from this, and now it's empowering them with this new stability because they can heal. It's a message that's going to heal a lot of people, and that's kind of what's like fueling this ascendance, you know. Really interesting message. Okay, so I'm going to go to the Woodland Wardens. I'm going to pick a couple cards here. I'm going to pick an extra because it's a solar eclipse, but okay, interesting. So I'm just going to do the split. So at the bottom we got the Frog and Lotus, Metamorphosis. So really interesting. I've been doing this yoga series this month on this channel called Boho Beautiful. I'll put a link here because they have all this free yoga on YouTube, but like this month the theme is all about metamorphosis. So they have this whole yoga series that's about metamorphosis. And also because of the change of season, like I think October traditionally is the season of metamorphosis. And then we got the Mouse and Buttercup, Innocence. So it's almost like this person is like shedding all this pain and all this suffering and all these wounds, and like emerging as this like innocent, like purified, like butterfly. And from this place of empowerment that's going to like be the foundation for this whole new beginning that's really radiant and beautiful, you know. I'm going to go to the Law of Attraction deck. Pick one message from here. Oh my gosh. So when I pulled it out, the bottom, there was this butterfly, and I was just like, that seems like really appropriate because they're just talking about metamorphosis, and like this seems like the message. But it says, I will not attempt to control others' experience. It says, rather than trying to control the experience of all others, which you cannot do no matter how hard you try, instead intend to control your own participation within those experiences, and by setting forth your clear image of the life you want to live, you will be guided in every moment toward a smooth and pleasant path for yourself. So in a sense, like kind of what I'm getting from that is sort of like that self-awareness and self-empowerment. It's like healing your own vibration, your own environment, but in doing so, like you're sending this ripple out into the world. And it's just sort of like the butterfly wings, where like, you know, it seems like this little thing, but it can have this impact on the global weather pattern. So it's like, even though it seems like you know, it might not be doing much. Actually, it is. It's like this ascension is going to have ripple effects that like you don't even know about yet, you know. So but it's sort of like the beginning, and it's really interesting because the readings leading up to this have been sort of like, you know, there's been this like for a long time like this healing of this injustice and like having to go through this process. And then in the last week or so, the messages have been of sort of this pause and self-reflection. And like now with this eclipse, we're kind of getting this sort of this butterfly emerging from the cocoon into this new world, and also just like a new place in it. Okay, so wow. So at the bottom we have faith. So have faith in this transformation, because this, like this, what I'm getting from this is this solar eclipse is going to be like this totally transformative moment. We have peace. This person has this bubble of peace and empowerment around them. We have the void, which is super appropriate because it's like a new moon, and it's sort of like the void, the sort of blank space from one phase to the next, you know. And then we have growth. So it's like there's been all this focus on the removal of obstacles and this strengthening phase of having to overcome all of that, and that's been going on for like a while. And it's like now it's sort of like there's this shift that's happening where that phase is ending and we're going into this new phase where like we've finally removed these obstacles to growth. And now like with the passage of the eclipse and the removal of these obstacles, it's sort of like heralding this change into like we're like now going to be moving forward again. So it's like woo, because it seems like we've been like sort of going in this like drudgery and quicksand for like a really long time. Like, I mean, all through the pandemic and everything, you know. I was just talking to someone last night on the phone about that, like how it's just sort of like there's sort of this shift happening where it's like of all the people I know, and you know, with the pandemic, like the folks that I know that sort of like embraced the change and just rolled with it, like are starting to come into this new order where things are moving forward again. And like and then it's almost like the folks that sort of like resisted the change are now sort of like hitting the wall where it's like you can't kick the can down the road anymore. Like there's a new order, and it's time to move.